Hi and welcome to txTNationTV. My name's Rusty G.
I'm Danielle.
And we have no Alan, but that's fine because he said, go on. I did an interview already. We had some guys from London call us. No biggie, whatever. But anyway, we want to kind of get into some tech stories this week that aren't the typical tech that we talk about. It's not cell phones or laptops, but we kind of want to talk about this because I saw this a few months back. You know, tell me a little bit about it. MIT was talking about some sort of cool camera, I think?
Yeah, they are actually making a camera right now currently that can see through an opaque wall. It can see a moving object through an opaque wall, I should say. So if you are on the other side of that wall and the camera that we're looking at right now was the same type of camera that they're developing.
Which it's not, because
no.
that would be like $1 bajillion. And that's mathematical, by the way.
Yes, but it could see you is what they've got going on, but it's right now just one direction. They want to make it omnidirectional to where it could see a whole house, a whole building. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, if it just sees me moving around, maybe I'll just stand still and Big Brother can't see what I'm doing. But that is not the case because MIT has thought of everything, of course, and they have developed an algorithm that can see when a person is breathing. So it can actually detect your breathing motion through the walls, which is pretty creepy. Honestly.
That's honestly, it's like, so I'm going to go drop this camera in the middle of your house and I can see through all your walls. And it doesn't have to be in the middle of your house.
Right.
It can be on the outside. And they're like, oh, I know that there's 3 people in that room.
Right,
So
and whatever direction it's pointing at is the thing. But if there's 2 moving objects, then at this point, yeah, it kind of confuses the camera. So I'm sure they're definitely working on that, though.
Now, the funny thing is, you told me about this a little bit earlier, and you were saying the name of it. And I have to laugh because the name of this device that they're putting is something that's already out there previously.
Right.
And some of you may even own this. So tell us the name of this thing.
They're currently calling it Connect with the K as well.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's going to be, trademark infringement's probably going to come in there, but it's still going through the patent process, and I'm sure once that gets approved, they're either going to change the name or maybe they might duke it out. I don't know.
How creepy would that be? You're in your house, and you're taking a shower, you know, and then like some weird pervert sitting outside and he's like getting his jollies off. I mean, that's just wrong. I don't know why.
That's what Rusty would use it for. But what MIT is thinking is obviously they're trying to go more in a different route with it.
It doesn't work that way. Anyway, so moving away from MIT, moving to something a lot of you people know if you've ever been to Washington. And done, the 8th grade trip to Washington, and you've probably been to this museum. Something you were talking about as well, and this is something I saw also a few months back, and I actually saw this not moving, and now apparently it's moving. So tell us about what you saw kind of moving around.
Well, they've debuted the Bionic Man on Thursday in Washington at the Smithsonian. And the director who had introduced it kind of messed around a little bit and was showing how it moved and took a few steps, but he made the robot stumble a little bit. And I think he kind of got people like, oh, what is this, But he actually had it running in place, which was really cool. But the robot itself has, they've brought it out for the medical advancements that it has because it has a lot of
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it has.
Exactly. Well, it's got like a pancreas and a spleen and the circulatory system and everything.
It has a pancreas and a spleen.
It does.
These are vestigial organs, and you'll know the reference if you watch Big Bang Theory. But anyway, these are organs that are stuffed into a robot, and they're making it walk around. So let me ask you this. Why?
Well, they're trying to show the medical advancements and that they can, what they've done so far, they're hopefully going to be able to do in humans that either need limbs,
replacements.
Prosthetic limbs or whatnot, and they can actually make them move as opposed to having something that they can't actually really use.
So if I go and get my pancreas taken out for whatever reason, I can go get a robot pancreas.
They are working on that. Yes, it's the pancreas and the organs are synthetic, circulatory system as well, but then the rest of the Bionic Man is robotic. He stands 6 feet, 170 pounds.
I was going to say 700 pounds? Good God, that's huge!
It's 170 pounds, yeah, sorry.
So we're talking circulatory system. We're talking pancreatic cancer, possibly, because we're creating stuff. Why not? Whatever. So you were showing me the video. What are your first reactions? What were their first reactions? Kind of give me that, because I saw the thing months ago, but I just saw it on a box and a head, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna make it walk one day."
Yeah.
Now it's walking.
I know. I thought it was amazing personally, and they do have a chat box in it, which is a similar program to Siri, and so it can speak, but they've programmed it with the personality of a 13-year-old Ukrainian boy. So they say that it does not have the best manners. A tourist that had seen them unveil it at the Smithsonian, the only real words that they had to say about it, or that were reported, was that they found it a little creepy. But
Japan's over here building robots left and right, and they think it's the most amazing thing. They replace some of their receptionists with these robots.
And their wives.
Hey, not going to talk about why, not going to ask why, because that's not our business. But sure, I don't know why we're going that way. But anyway, so let's just show you the video of the walking bionic man here for a second.
Artificial pancreas, there's artificial blood made with nanotechnology flowing through his artificial arteries. He has an artificial device providing eyesight, which is meant to restore eyesight for the blind through a neural interface. He has a robotic exoskeleton that is supposed to return the ability to walk, and many, many other devices.
It looks like a large robot, as you say, lots of different functioning parts. How close is
I definitely think that a little universal soldier is going on there with that robot. Maybe we should get the muscles from Brussels out of retirement. Yeah. But the thing about the Bionic Man, though, amazingly, it only costs $1 million as opposed to the $6 million man that they made.
Jeez.
But maybe that's just what is it, inflation?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's what it is.
Hey, but it would be in reverse though, because back then, I don't know, whatever.
It depends on what you think of the U.S. dollar now, basically.
Nobody really thinks much about it anymore anyway. I mean, have you seen the new $100 bill? It looks like a
I
plaything.
did. I saw that today, actually. Have you the holographic strip in the middle?
I
of that?
know.
It's crazy.
Talk about technology in the 21st century.
It almost like I had to inspect it because it almost looked like there was a little microchip in there. I was like,
You're like, are they watching me? I think Big Brother's watching me. Hold on. I think there's a chip in there. What is this? It's crazy.
The Federal Reserve needs to know where their money's going.
Exactly.
Because it's all going to come back to them one day.
I mean, how many of you are carrying around $100 bills? Because I'm not carrying around $100 bills. I always get 520s.
I thought I just saw it. I didn't say it was mine.
Well, because you know what she does on the side. Because, from what I've heard, disc golf is playing, big money these days. But anyway, talking about $1 million projects, things like that. The government actually was just talking about this, and it is a $3.5 billion ship. It's a warship that we now have in the U.S. Navy. It's in the inventory. The cool thing about it, it's the USS Zumwalt, and I know some of you are slapping me in the face right now going, "You idiot! Learn how to pronounce it." I'm sorry, but all I want to know about it is it's mostly ran by Linux. And for any of you admins out there that know anything, Linux and some flavors of Unix and different things pretty much runs the world for the back end of the internet. Not very many Windows servers, except for like at offices and stuff like that, are actually running. There's very few because most of the world is ran on Linux. So if we can run the world on Linux, why can't we run a warship on Linux? So that seems to be the, I don't know, we'll see what happens to it. I don't know what actually runs any other warship. It was just cool because it was ran by Linux. And so it's like, okay, most of the ship systems, navigation, I'm assuming radar and all the other stuff that goes along with a boat. I don't know anything about it, but we'll see what happens with it. It's up in Rhode Island right now, and so if you're near that area, take a picture, send it to us, leave it in a comment below, do something. I don't really care. But anyway, other money that we want to talk about, and this is because it's a sore spot for one of my friends back home. Hi, Sean. How are you? Because he's an Apple fan, and this is kind of funny to me because Apple never really broke $800 or $1,000 or anything like that. They broke 700. It was like 700 and like 0.095, something like that, back in 2012. Did you ever think Apple would make $700 a share?
I did not, honestly. I kind of got into the stock game a little late.
Right. I will say, I moved to Nashville in 2005, and back then the stock was like $40 or $50. If I would have bought, a couple $100 worth of stock, I would be a rich man.
Yeah.
It would be ridiculous. But Apple didn't break the $1,000 mark. Who broke the $1,000 mark?
Google broke the $1,000 mark
And
this week.
that is freaking amazing. I mean, Google pretty much powers a lot of things that you don't realize. In Kansas, Google City Fiber, it's AKA Google City, Kansas, which is coming to Texas and hopefully Nashville soon.
Well, we're getting a tech hub here.
Exactly,
Yeah.
which congrats us. We're freaking getting Google in Nashville, so I'm happy about it. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's bring it here. So we got an entrepreneurial center downtown that seems that they're going to try to, make us a little bit more tech related.
Right.
Because I've always said, and maybe not on the show, but I've said personally, Nashville is two things, healthcare and technology. And so with Google coming, I'm happy about it. I'll buy a $1,000 one stock share and just be like, I own one.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I own one, so whatever. Other crazy things that we want to talk about, and this is going to be, I think, the last one because I'll hint towards the other one, like tech-related story as far as a cell phone. We're just going to crack on it because it's funny. But anyway, Japan, is it Japan?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Japan always puts out the craziest things.
Yeah, they do.
They put out crazy toilets, crazy bidets, and if you don't know what a bidet is, you are uneducated and you need to learn what it is. I've never personally used one, but I just don't think I could because the water just comes up into areas that I'm not used to water coming up.
But don't you think, if you think about it, it's pretty sanitary, 'cause it's like you're washing your hands every day,
But my hands are here, and my nether regions are here, so I don't know. Sure, go for it. So tell us anyway about what's coming out of Japan, because
Right.
I can't,
Okay.
whatever, go ahead.
It's called the Smart Wash Basin,
Right.
which I'm not a big fan of the name right now.
She's like,
I'm hoping they'll do something different with it.
Japan, get a better name.
But they paired it with Android, and it's a mirror that sits above your sink. And it has apps in it, and where you can see the traffic in the morning, the weather. You can even take a photo. So I definitely think that those bathroom selfies are going to be at an all-time high now.
Oh, jeez.
But it can take your weight, and it can tell you more facts about your health and your body and whatnot.
Let's
So-
be specific. The glass doesn't actually take your weight, because that's kind of
That's
weird.
right. Yeah,
It's-
it has a scale that
It's
is
attached to
provided
it,
with
yeah.
Yeah, but you don't actually touch the mirror whatsoever. You just kind of put your hand above it, and it has infrared sensors that can sense your hand and the motion and where it's going. So they don't want you to get it dirty.
Yeah, because guys in front of a mirror don't need to touch with, they just have hand motions anyway. Sorry, went off on a little rabbit trail there. But anyway, so yeah, cool. I mean, if you ever remember from a few years back, the Glass, A Day in the Life of Glass, or Glass by a Day or something, they did 2 or 3 episodes of it by Corning, who is a big glass maker. You'll remember seeing, everything's gonna be made out of glass at some point in time. So, pretty soon we're gonna be carrying cell phones made of glass that crack easily in our pockets. Because who hasn't woken up with a shattered piece of glass in their, yeah, right there because you left it in your back pocket and you sat down or whatever, and you're like, oh, there goes my $500 phone that I just, that sucks. Did I pay for insurance? No, I didn't. Damn it. All right, but anyway. So yeah, A Day in the Life of Glass. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that because Japan always comes up with crazy things. Speaking of Japan, and the last thing that we want to kind of rib at, and we think this is kind of funny. We went to CES. We saw curved glass. Well, we being myself and Alan. She just joined the show, so she's going to see it coming up in January.
Yes.
You got your ticket, by the way?
I do.
Okay, good.
I bought my plane ticket like a month ago.
You're way ahead of me because I still hadn't bought my plane ticket. We've got the hotel. I just hadn't bought my plane ticket. Remind me to do that. But anyway, we are going to Vegas. But no, Samsung not only has been releasing some, updated phones. We saw the Samsung Galaxy S4. Mm-hmm. We're seeing the Galaxy Note 3 now.
Right.
And now the Galaxy Curve for some odd reason, we need to carry a phone that looks like this.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, and I don't know how we're going to hold it, because we've got the full screen, you know, this and what is I don't
really understand.
I don't get it.
either. I've heard that there's actually no other advancement to the phone besides the fact that it's curved.
So no bigger camera, no better screen.
Yeah, no.
So we've got a curved phone now, so that whenever we call, it just has an extra echo effect. I don't know.
Right.
We just saw it and we were like, seriously, that's okay. I mean, Nexus did it a few years back when they kind of did a slant with their phone, but it was on the long end instead of this way is more like this. But it was because it made sense to put, the mic closer to your mouth.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe that's what Samsung's trying to do. Is they're like, oh, let's not go this way. Let's go this way with it. I don't know. I don't know anything about Samsung other than my Galaxy S3 keeps having GPS problems. And the other day, I was supposed to go to an airport to come back from Chattanooga, and it put me like 17 miles south of the airport for some ungodly known reason why. And I got lost. And I haven't been lost in a long time. So, does your cell phone ever do that to you?
No, I can't say that it has.
Well,
no.
enjoy it when it does.
I used to have a GPS system that did that to me, and that
see,
was the worst.
That's annoying.
I threw that out the window.
Like
I
literally?
threw it out the window one
She
day.
was like,
That's right.
I'm done. That's
Yes,
it.
I was going to important things. I was late for a zip line. That's what, yeah.
I've got zipline tickets. I need to go. I've got zipline tickets up there in Kentucky somewhere. But anyway, neither here nor there. And with that, we're done. And so make sure you follow us online. We've got all sorts of places. I'm going to start out with facebook.com/txtNationTV. Let's see if she remembers them from the last one.
We have twitter.com/txtNationTV.
Awesome. If you're on Google+, it's gplus.to/txtNationTV until we can get the plus.google/ all that other crap. But anyway, but yeah, okay, so I got Facebook, you got Twitter, I got Google+. What's next?
Our website,
Up. Go right ahead.
obviously,
Yes.
www.txtnationtv.com.
I don't know who uses www anymore, but welcome back,
I could throw in the
1996.
HTTP.
Hey, whoa. I'm going to ask you to hold it right there. That's way too much. But also, if you're on YouTube and you're watching us there directly, just go down below, subscribe, like, share it with your friends. Obviously, we've gotten a more beautiful face on the screen than what I could ever provide with my ugly mug. Maybe one day I'll be in the Smithsonian and they'll put my face on a robot. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But subscribe, like, tweet, whatever, plus it. I don't care. But we'll see you again next time.